Right, Northerners United, back again with Sam. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Not bad, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. We're going to be talking about our best 11s in the last 20 years today. First of all, drop a like on the vid and comment below with your best 11s as well. But yeah, we're going to get straight into it. So we're doing basically, the way we're going to do this is the best players as keeper, defenders, midfielders and attackers. So not necessarily position-wise focused too much, just more on the best defenders, attackers and midfielders. So I've gone with De Gea for me, for my keeper. So obviously, you know, in my lifetime, he's won 3 Player of the Year awards at United. Some obviously outrageous saves, and then just season after season. He's tailed off a bit in the last 2 seasons, but for a long period, he was like that guy that between the sticks, you had that confidence that no one was going to be able to get anything past him. And to beat him, you'd have to get basically top corner. So, yeah, I'd have to go with De Gea. Who have you gone for?
I've gone with Casillas. I think, again, I probably should look this up, but he's 3 or 4 European Cups. He was a captain in one of them as well. At a young age, won World Cup winner, Euros winner with Spain, countless La Liga titles, Copa del Rey's. He's won absolutely everything there is to win. So, for me, and on top of that, being an absolutely ridiculous keeper.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Defensive-wise, I've gone for just 4 straight defenders. So I've gone for Stam, Rio, Vidic, and Maldini. So heavily United focused, but Stam was more at AC Milan as well. So I've got like two United, 2 AC Milan. Obviously, Stam, just before the 2000s, he was at United and he won 3 Premier League titles in 3 years. So obviously, flawless record. But even after that, I think it was Fergie said it was one of his like biggest regrets letting him go. I think he went to Lazio for like 15 mil. But yeah, I think he obviously beat you a lot in 07, was it? Champions League final?
07.
Yeah.
I can't remember if he played for him then.
I think he did. And I think he was with Maldini.
He did in 05, I know that. I played in 05.
07, I'm not sure, but yeah, he was part of that great AC Milan team, weren't he? And
yeah,
Maldini as well. Obviously, he's one of the all-time great defenders. Never mind the last 20 years, like just of all time. So I think the art of defending, the Italians obviously they've got like that kind of knack about it. But I think him and Baresi, they're the 2 that you think of when you think of defending. And obviously Rio and Vidic as well. Rio captaining us to our 08 Champions League and countless Premier Leagues as well. And obviously Vidic, there's just a rock next to him. My dad always rated Vidic above Rio because he thought that he was like the one that kind of made Rio look better in a way because he did all the dirty work. But I think the combination of both of them made them unstoppable and just nothing could get past them. I remember Barca at home in 08 when Scholes scored that goal, who I'll come on to in a bit. Yeah, I think without them 2, we wouldn't have won anything or near enough as much as we did. But yeah, who have you gone for your defenders?
Well, I've gone a bit of a different formation. I've gone 3-5-2, more trying to shoehorn people in that I wanted in my team really. But I've gone for 3 centre halves. Maldini being an obvious one. Again, pains me, but Ferdinand being just ridiculous and all countless trophies he's won, playing a vital part in them. So other titles, European Cup, you know what I mean. You can't take that away from him. And then again, people might question me, but Virgil van Dijk. I know he's only been playing for us for even 2 seasons now, and he sort of reinvented how to be a centre half. I think he set the bar that high now that people reach that much that he falls over 30 yards from someone, and that's like them scoring a goal. It's remember that time when Van Dijk did this? Oh well, the way I put it, he is the bar now. He set the level, and he's the greatest centre half on this planet. Yeah. And watching him live that many times, he's just so graceful. Everything he does. And I said to people, you could stick him at centre mid and just a bit deeper, just let him spray balls and win tackles. Do you know what I mean? He just everything about him. He's the perfect centre half, And I always remember laughing about Troy Dean said he played against him. There's the hardest opponent he played against, and he smells bloody lovely. I think that just everything about him just think is just perfect. Just, for me, anyway, that's what one for me, mate. Just
He's the one as well that pushed Messi all the way in the Ballon d'Or, didn't he? Like he came very close, and it's not often you see a defender. I think the last defender to win it was Cannavaro in 06, and he won the World Cup. So
yeah, he did, yeah.
Like it shows you how good Van Dijk is, and for the greatest player of all time, in my opinion, he's the only guy that could have made Van Dijk not win it. So, but yeah, midfielders. I'll let you do yours first. Who have you gone for in midfield? I know you've got quite a big midfield.
Yeah, well, I've gone 5 in midfield, and I say it's might not be the most orthodox, but it's better than some of them I came up with. But there's in the sort of two, if you will, or the 3, whatever you want to call it, centre mids. I've gone for Gerrard and Zidane. Zidane just being again just absolutely ridiculous. He had the skill and dribbling and the pace of like, well, not pace, but all the skill of a winger, but at centre mid. And you watch some of these touches and he's passing and he's shooting. And he's quite frankly outrageous. And it was, I'd love to know what footed he was, because that's just outrageous what he could do. Remember that volley in a European Cup final against Bayer Leverkusen? That's just ridiculous. And then for me again, Gerrard being the ultimate midfielder, best I've ever seen in my lifetime for me. Which again, people disagree with, and there's a touch of bias in there, being a hero from like the age of 9. So it's 8 and 9. So there's a bit of touch of bias in there. But again, I've watched him week in, week out for God knows how many years. So I know how good he is. Whereas some people, you can only watch highlights and go, oh, how good they are. And I think when he always says, Gerrard, he doesn't regret not leaving because it's his club. But you think he could have gone to Madrid, he could have gone to Chelsea, he could have gone to Inter. I mean, Mourinho wanted him all 3. And the amount we would have won, I think, tarnishes it a bit for him. When people go, well, he didn't win a league, he didn't win this, but he single-handedly won European Cups. They won European Cups, so I think like that. That's for me.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I think the way he dragged that team in that final, like the big players do that, don't they? Like the big players turn up in them moments. Like I've got in mind Zidane. Obviously, we mentioned. You spoke about him, just a graceful, elegant player. That game against Brazil always stands out in 06, the World Cup. The way he just dominated that game, and just against Brazil as well, like the World Cup team. And then I've got Iniesta and Scholes. So I've gone for players that, when I watch football, the way I like to watch football is watch people who can actually hold the ball, people who don't lose the ball a lot. And yeah, big players, big moments. Iniesta always scored against Madrid. He didn't score that many goals and have that many assists, really. But that kind of shows that, like, even the World Cup in 2010, he scored the winning goal, didn't he? I think it was Fabregas put him through, and he smashed it against Holland. And Scholes, obviously, that goal against Barca at home again in the semi-final in 08. So it's these big players that do things in the big moments, and ultimately they're the ones that are remembered. But the way they play as well, Iniesta, the way he could hold the ball, he wouldn't lose the ball. Him and Xavi, that tiki-taka, the invention of that, the team in 09 was just, I think it's the best team I've ever seen, because even if they lost the ball, they'd win it back in like 3 seconds, and you had no idea how they did it. But yeah, we'll talk about the attackers now, because this is the exciting thing. So I know you've got like quite a few up there. Go on, who have you gone for your front 5?
Well, yeah, I'm saying the first 3 are in the midfield, if you're saying, but they could interchange. But I've gone sitting behind the strikers. I've gone for Ronaldinho. I think every child aspired to be Ronaldinho. How good he was! I mean, he was a poster boy for Nike for however long, and everything he did was just as a kid as well. To watch him, when I don't even know how that's even possible.
Do you remember that video? That video for Nike did, where he was like on the edge of the box, pinging balls against the crossbar, coming back to him.
Crossbar.
Madness.
Yeah, because he gets some little them white and gold boots, doesn't he, in tempos. He opens this little thing up and he starts doing that thing where I just don't remember watching him do that. I remember that goal away at Chelsea, outside the foot, and he was like that with his foot, and then just bent, stuff like that. And then for me, again, they played out wide before, but they're not. You won't play them out wide now. But I've got Cristiano Ronaldo because he again. How can you not put him in? He's outrageous. It's the stats speak for himself. He's an absolutely ridiculous footballer, and again out wide, which he has played out wide, but you wouldn't play him there now as much. But Messi, obviously, that's like I agree with you, greatest player ever.
Yeah.
Strike, but then I go on, and my front two is Thierry Henry, just probably greatest ever Premier League striker in my opinion, which I know George won't be happy about with Shearer, but that's I'll take that when we come to it. But and then R9 Ronaldo, just again he had that touch of Brazilian, it's just insane. I always remember like an overweight looking Ronaldo doing you Old Trafford. I thought that was insane. This hat trick, and I remember me completing a hat trick from 30 yards and going, all right, okay.
Yeah,
that's just outrageous.
The only player to get a standing ovation from Old Trafford, like our fans, I think, to date. I think maybe in history, the only player.
Outrageous, mate. What about yours?
I've got, for me, the front three. So like kind of similar to yours, Messi on the right, because that's where he has played for a lot of his career. And then I've got Ronaldinho on the left. So I remember that goal he scored against Madrid, past Casillas, in El Clasico, where he opened his body. He just took Salgado out of the game. I think he put Ramos on his arse, and then he just side-footed it past Casillas. Just different class. And obviously, I put Cristiano up top because that's where he's been for the last few years, and that's where he's just been banging goal after goal after goal, like 50, 60 a year. So I've got him up top as the clinical one. But yeah, I think both our teams would just score a shed load of goals. It's it's mad, isn't it? Like we wouldn't concede, and we just score like 6 goals a game guaranteed.
Yeah.
It's mad. Who do you reckon's winning if my team played yours? Obviously, say that we can clone the Messis and Ronaldos. Who's winning? I've got mine 4-3-3 and yours is 3-5-2.
I'd probably go on a more balanced game. Probably your team. I think it's more the 4 at the back, to be honest with you. But I quite fancy Messi and Ronaldo against Stam and Maldini.
Stam and Maldini wouldn't go up and down the wings like as fullbacks. Like I've just chosen the 4 best defenders, literally, like not like fullbacks or anything like that. Just 4 best.
Yeah, I quite fancy Ronaldo versus Stam or Maldini on a 1-on-1 and vice versa Messi. I don't know. I think it would be a decent game, man.
That would be a good one. But yeah, there you go, guys. Comment below who you think whose team would win, mine or Sam's. We're going to do some things like these again in the future. But yeah, it is interesting to see because, you know, obviously these times where there's no football, reminiscing a bit, it is good. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get footy back soon enough. But yeah, guys, drop a like on the video, comment below who you think's team's better, and comment with your team as well. And we'll see you in the next one. Subscribe as well. In a bit, Sam.
Cheers, mate. Nice one.